Alright, good morning. This is Jim. This is Wednesday, and welcome to Slop in the Shop. This week, when you see this, we're under house arrest here in North Carolina. Our governor said everybody needs to stay at home. This COVID-19 deal is getting serious, I guess, or at least the concern. And so we've got you a little bit of pig feed to kind of get you off of all this stuff. One of the things I think that a lot of lay people probably don't understand, and I know the media has really hyped this up, and a lot of probably conflicting stuff, but one of the things that I keep hearing, because Chris is being in healthcare, is the healthcare people are generally scared because the fact that if this thing breaks wide open, they just don't have the hospital space for people they feel like they're going to need. So I guess it's a good thing, but it's kind of hard to understand when your lifestyle's getting cramped. And I think that's what a lot of folks is there. You know, I know a lot of hopefully all my viewers is either retired or working in essential jobs. I hope you're not having to struggle financially because of this too. So with all that being said, let's shut up talking about COVID-19. Let's feed our pigs up this week. It's just a mixture. I haven't done much machining. I done one project last week, and it was for a racing customer, and I couldn't video it because we just basically some privacy issues with the project. So I haven't really got any. I've got a project on tap I'm going to be working on, and it will probably be out there. So mostly what you're going to be seeing is us working just the stuff around here this week. So with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Come on back next week. We'll have some slop. Hopefully I'm going to get a project together I'm going to start working on. I've got a big one. It's going to be a several part video. So when I get done shooting this, I'm going to start getting what I need to get today before everything gets completely shut down. All right, let's have a great day. Enjoy the slop. What you see is the side of a freezer door. This is an upright freezer we had purchased and had it for several years, and it quit. Evidently the compressor or whatever went out. Really, just Chris and I, we don't need this larger freezer, so we purchased another smaller one that's in a laundry room. So what we're going to do today is, I had this bright idea. Normally you throw these things away. You know, basically take them landfill and they'll recycle free on and whatnot. But you know, I have a small shop and I have storage issues. So I'm going to put this outside of my shop and lock it and use it for chemical storage. Now, which would be great. I'll just cut the cord. One thing, if you put this outside, I don't care where you're worried about theft or not, you know, anytime you have a freezer or a refrigerator and you've got it, especially empty one, kids can get in and play. It's a danger. So what we're going to do is for security for what's in it, and also security to keep children out of it in case there's any in the neighborhood, we're going to padlock it. So I'm going to put a hasp on it. How much you're going to see, I'm just picking me a location right here. I'm going to put nut search, by the way. So what I'm doing now is just drilling a hole to start this. If I get this drill to start, may have to go get me a punch, which I may go do before I do the next one. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put a nut cert in it. Now I'm going to go get a punch actually. Nut cert, you want like a 3/16 inch hole, so I've got a 3/16 inch bit. I'm going to close it out like that. Let me get the nut cert set up and I'll show you how that's going to work. Okay, this is a nut cert or a threaded insert. These are aluminum, they're really like a rivet. So what you do, they make these guns pretty much. Now they make two different kinds. Mine's more like a traditional rivet gun, which is good because you can't, these things you can strip them. So with this, you don't have to worry about it near as bad. Yeah, I think you can see I've already got it attached. I'm going to use 1/4 which is like my favorite thing to use. So I'm going to mark the rest of these with a punch and then put the rest of these inserts in. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put a little dot of Loctite on all 4 of these screws before we run them in. This is red, by the way. This ain't my famous green. This ain't really Loctite. This is locking compound. And we're going to run these screws in, and then we'll mount the other clasp. So, okay, there it is. That's on. I'll just get the other piece and I'll show you what we're going to do with it. It's doing a neat job. You wouldn't have put use the magic mark Sharpie, would you? I don't care. This is going outside, so I don't have to be picky. I'm just going to mark this and drill the first one and put the nut third in, and then check the second one. I can't put the front hole in because it's going to be in the gasket. The 2 will be sufficient. In case you're wondering, I haven't finished the other job yet because I had to cut back the braces, and I'm going to flip the orientation. This is how this works, by the way. You put this on there, you see how that is, and then you just stick it right here in place and just squeeze it like a rivet. Just like that. And I'm going to tell you, you guys, if you can get a hold of, maybe if you got welding rods and stuff like that. I know people use these sometimes for welding rod storage. And I'd advise you to seriously consider picking you up one. I just happen to have this one because we had a problem. So, when you're doing anything like this, you can transfer it and do a really good job, but it's also a lot easier, and I'll just give you, my experience with doing this kind of work is, I may have just went too far. Now it's going to work, it's just going to be tight. We'll have to move it just a smidgen. I may have to file it. See, that'll have to be bent anyway because I've got a bolt in it. So, like anything else, I want it tight, so there. So, all right, I'm gonna see how close I am to the other hole. Okay, now that project's done. I'll be ready to go out in a few minutes when I don't know if I'm gonna move it today or not. I need to finish what I'm doing first. Here's the freezer outside. I already cut the power cord. You'll notice the locks on it. I got the GoPro out because it's a good outside camera. So the plan is to put like paint, chemicals, maybe gas cans, anything like that could be stored here and locked up in a safe place. Because it's pretty much weatherproof and thief-proof now with the clasp. Hey, there's nothing you can do, but and it's something that basically would end up being recycled. And if you'll notice this padlock, that'll make sure no kitties get in it, which is the important thing. And that is the same lock for all my locks, by the way. So, with that being said, there we go. Okay, folks, you see these blocks sitting on the ground here in my yard? That's going to be where a new carport's going to go, basically. We're going to install one with sides but no ends. Just put it here, keep the race car under, and use it kind of like a shop. It's plan coming along. Should be, if everything goes to plan, this is Friday. Saturday, the crew's supposed to be here, unless something changes. So, there we go. It's a beautiful day. This is Friday. This particular Friday, we're supposed to go on lockdown. All the restrictions due to coronavirus to this afternoon at 5. We're still going to try to work in the other shops some, keep our crowds down. We got race car work to do. The motors come in. I've got some still pictures of the motor. Transmission's been rebuilt. So we worked last night in the shop. So this is the new carport shop. Let me start over. This is the new carport shop that I'm going to use for a race car shop, actually. It's going to be more of a garage. It's not going to be, machines are staying in the little building behind me. What I did was have carport people come in. I got exceptionally fast service on this. And we're going to pour this. We're going to shoot it level. We're going to pour it. And then we're going to fill it, then we're going to pour it concrete, which will give us a level floor. And then we're going to put ends on it later. And we'll wire it and all that stuff. So this will give us a place to work on the car. It's a 20 by 20. So they installed it. This is the outside. This is the other side here. I don't know if you can get back a little bit, you can see the roof. It's the green sort of to match our houses and stuff. So that's what we got. And this is on I'll take you around to the other side. While you're at it, you get to see another race car hanging out here. So right there is the other side of the building. And then down beside of it is a 4-cylinder Toyota race car that actually doesn't belong to me. It belongs to my nephew, Michael Burris, our sponsor of the race car. He entered a raffle, a Facebook raffle locally, and they raffled this car off and he won it. It is a competitive rear-wheel drive 4-cylinder race car. Been running some of the local tracks here. He's undecided what we're going to do with this thing yet, so we're sitting here at my place. So that's just one more thing. Okay, I've turned it down. I'm just going to take a file and hit the outer edges of it. Just so to get rid of the outer burrs. Normally I don't deburr that much, but they're going to lay these down on a race car hood. And once I get them on, I can always put the spill side down a little bit. So this is just for a hood, so there we go. See, the other ones I'll have to take the bolts out and flip them around. Usually I just don't do them. They're not really that sharp way they're turned. So we just set them up in the middle and drill 4 holes. Okay, there we go. There's the hood pin covers done. This little old piece of sheet aluminum. We just saw them up. These are already covered with plastic, by the way. And I make these are a little bit bigger than the ones that you can find at Speed Shop. Usually I tell the guys to go ahead and just put them in. See, once you put them on the hood, I've got some of my race car. Beauty of it is this is out of the same aluminum that we use for the car, so it's real simple process. Okay, another little old job I've done, I did off camera, is these hooks here. They constantly get gone. People pull them. So I've just went ahead and put chains on them, just like that, on each side. So that's where we pull the hooks off. You see there's this side, and there's that side. And I don't know if I showed this, I bolted this sidewind jack on and installed it to the trailer. So, and I know I'm out in the backyard this morning. People's out and about. We are in lockdown. One of our Rose trees blowed down. I got to dig the other 3 up sometime here soon. Chris is wanting them moved out. I showed the building. I showed the race car. Nephew's 4-cylinder. He won a raffle in it. Mine's over at the other shop. And I got something to show you inside. Well, I got another project. This particular jack is the one I bought. And this is not a slam on Harbor Freight. Bought this because it's lighter and it's easier to get in and out of trucks. And we went the other night to get the 4-cylinder, and this jack fell out on the ground and landed here like this, really hard, out of his truck. It's pretty tall. I don't know where we dropped it out or fell out or whatever, but what it done, it actually kicked this cylinder loose. Basically destroyed the jack. So I had to go buy one. But you know what? You're going to use stuff happens, and was using a jack on the trailer because I didn't put a jack back on the trailer. So that speeded me up putting the jack on the trailer. I'm going to disassemble this jack to save the aluminum for in case I could use it for projects. That being said, here's the brand new jack, and if you'll notice, my shop is in an atrocious mess. I have a problem. I've been having a problem. I have an insect problem with wasp. They've been getting in. And if you've been in my shop and ever noticed, I don't know how well this is going to look, the lights, I may wash it out. But what I did over the weekend is get spray foam and fill every crack up so that we'd stop the wasp infestation from getting in from the outside. So I've got to this morning clean up and trim, break off foam. I even got foam all over my hands. PSA, don't spray foam without gloves. It gets all over your hands as hell to get off. I'm sorry, I've seen some stuff I ordered not to mess with. But what I done is I really just trimmed the roof around. I didn't trim it all the way off. I left some sticking out because I really want that coverage between them gaps. I'm here to tell you this spray foam's messy crap. I made a hell of a mess, and I cleaned it up. I mean, I really did. I had a pretty big mess in here, and I got a lot of it up. It's not perfect, but it seals up. This kind of serves both purposes. One, it served the purpose of getting my insulation to be a little bit more effective, and also it served the purpose of sealing any cracks I have for my insect problem, or my wasp problem. I done the same outside, and I've got a little, and if you never mess the spray foam in the can, it's messy and it just don't do good. I got to go out and do a couple projects and hang it up for today in the shop. I got to order something for a future project, and Chris is up now. She worked last night filling in at the hospital because they need help. They got their hours cut back because of COVID. So let's get going. Okay, folks, this is a copyrighted production. James Dedman, Sawlogs Plastic Hubs. Hope you enjoyed the pig feed today. Like I say, there's still a lot of things you can do at home going on. So I hope you're safe. Be safe. Try to do what you can to control the spread of this stuff. It is aggravating, and as one man said, it does sometimes feel like a little boy crying wolf. It's really hard to get your arms around it, I can say that. So with all that being said, hey, we're in the shop. We're working on a project, and we'll have some other video for you soon. So I hope you enjoyed the pig feed today. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Tell your friends. The channel's growing thanks to folks like you. We're picking up a few new subscribers every week. I mean, we're not going viral or anything like that. But, one of these days we're going to get up there to the point that we're going to have a healthy channel for everybody. So, with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you in that next video, and y'all all have a great, wonderful day.